What's going on, everybody? Terrell here with T-Dubs Entertainment, and I wanted to talk about this new movie that Dragon Ball decided they wanted to spit out, vomit up, or whatever they call themselves doing. I know I haven't been on here in a while, but yeah, life has happened. But I just I'm gonna keep discussing my disappointment with the series until it gets better, or I just stop giving a crap and just stop and move on to something else. But anyway, this movie Dragon Ball Superhero, even though it's not dubbed yet, it's not in the United States yet. The overall plot, the overall everything, the little scenes that I've seen, and it kind of made me bored with the whole thing. It just really, I'm not even disappointed anymore when the series does this. It's just like the gas and granola arc. I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But this whole thing, it made me I'm just bored with Dragon Ball now. I used to be excited about Dragon Ball. I used to be excited about hearing videos, but now the content creator, even the content creators I've unsubscribed from a lot of them because they're harping out the same stuff. They're all making the same videos. They're all talking the same. They're all acting the same. Everything's the same and same. So it's all uniform. And I can't get with this. They're talking about how excited they are for it. Oh man, Piccolo got a new form. He had to wish on the magical dragon to get the new form, guys. This is boring stuff. This is boring stuff. He had to wish to Shenron. He had to make a wish to Shenron to get the new form. He couldn't train and reach it. There was no way he could do it on his own, so he had to make a wish. So he's a big orange. The new form is Orange Piccolo. They're not even trying anymore. They're not even trying. This stuff sucks, guys. This is terrible. Orange Piccolo, Final Gohan. Come on, Final Gohan. Watch, I don't know. They tried to rehash the Cell saga. They tried to rehash the moment where Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2 against Cell. But it was nowhere near as much tension. Back then, everyone was dying. Everyone was getting beat to death. They were getting beat to death. If he didn't transform, everyone was going to die. The thing is, in this scenario, Goku was stronger than this ridiculous version of Cell. Vegeta, Beerus, anyone could have taken this guy out. And all this stuff, they tried. It was so boring, Piccolo had to pretend there was tension. He had to create tension. He had to wish on the magical dragon to get a form. Gohan just unlocked the form out of nowhere. He pulled the form out of his behind. He took a dump and unlocked another form. This stuff is ridiculous to me, man. I can't get jiggy with this stuff. The Cell looked like he was he looked like semi-perfect Cell, but he couldn't talk, so because he wasn't in the incubator long enough. He was a test tube baby, and he wasn't in there long enough, so he didn't have intelligence. How stupid is this stuff? And supposedly he had cells from the original Cell. But here's the whole thing in this. Some people are saying, "Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's a good idea. He could get cells from Cell." Guess what the problem is with that though? If there was a trace of Cell left, he could have regenerated. If anything was left of Cell, he could have regenerated. But no, that's not always true. No, Goku blew Cell in half with the Warp Kamehameha, Instant Transmission Kamehameha during the Cell games. It's not the core is not in his head. It's none of that. He blew Cell in half. Nothing was left but his legs. He still regenerated. He still was able to regenerate. If you leave a leg behind, he's going to regenerate. If you leave a cell behind, He's going to regenerate. So the thought of that doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. The whole thought of that, he left cells behind, we used them. If that's the plot, that's dumb. Because he could have regenerated. All this stuff, they don't even know. They don't even understand their own stuff. They don't understand their own series. We know, the fans know more about the series than the writers. And that's sad. That is sad. They forget their own stuff. Toriyama needs to retire, man. I'm sorry, he needs to retire because this is terrible. This movie is just really, it made me want to give up on Dragon Ball. It just made me want to give up on it. They create Dragon Ball for dumb people. I really believe that. I really want to believe that. They create it for people that don't know their own series. They didn't create the Dragon Ball Super is not for the original fans. It's for kids that don't know any better. They just want power-ups and transformations and like 5-year-old children. That's what it's for. That's what it seems like. That's what they're trying to make it seem like. They took the blood out. They took the plot out. They took the story out. They took all of that out. Everything that made Dragon Ball good, they took it away. Go watch the original Dragon Ball. Tambourine is more interesting character than this new Cell. The rabbit that Goku sent to the moon is more interesting character than this new Cell. Gine is a more interesting character than this new Cell. Master Roshi's stool is a more interesting concept than this new Cell. Some of the random tail people that we saw on the Tournament of Power, some of those random guys that they fought, that police cop that was trying to fight Vegeta, he's a more interesting guy than this new Cell. Kale and Caulifla, before they even turned Super Saiyan, are more interesting than this Cell. Any character you can name in Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball GT, the voice actors are more interesting than this new Cell. Okay? They're more interesting. Cause this new Cell sucks. Alright? He sucks. He's terrible. He's a terrible idea. I don't even know why they thought to bring Cell back. It's just awful. It's so predictable and it's boring and it's awful. And I don't like this. I'm an OG Dragon Ball fan. The OG the Cell Saga was one of the best. Cell Saga was fine. It was great. It had some dumb moments and it had some people doing idiotic things, but it was great. You know, I like the way, it had tension. It had all kind of stuff in it. The story had tension. Gohan was the only one that could beat Cell. If he didn't beat Cell, they were going to die. In this case, no tension, nothing, no one. So I don't care. There's no tension. There's nothing really to grasp my attention in this. Piccolo has 2 new forms. He has Super Saiyan 3 now. Piccolo has Super Saiyan 3 basically. That's Super Saiyan God. I don't know what to think of this, man. I just don't know what to think of it. It's horrible. I just don't really understand it. It's getting worse. Dragon Ball is getting worse. It's not even getting better. The more they write, the worse they get. How you supposed to get better the longer you do something? The longer they do it, the worse they get. It's getting worse as the series goes on. As the movies go on, it's getting worse. Just like the gas and granola arc, cereal and oatmeal and French toast crunch and jackhammer and all that crap. That arc's getting worse and worse. It's dragging it out. They're trying to pad it out. Padding. It's all about money now. It's not about writing something that the fans actually like. It's about marketing and money. That's all it's about. And I'm sick of it. And it's terrible. And when it gets to that point where they only care about money, it's time to sit down. Because this movie is abysmal. I really don't even want to watch it. I've seen the scenes from it. I've seen the stuff from it. Just like Broly was actually a decent movie. It was put together. It was actually a decent movie. And people talk about even Trio Might in the past. Trio Might runs circles around this movie. The legendary Super Saiyan runs circles around this movie. Bio Broly is better than this movie. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Broly's Second Coming is better than this movie. Okay? Dragon Ball Minus is better than this movie. I'm sorry. And Dragon Ball Minus sucks. Toriyama took the concept of Bardock, that was already written, a character that was already incorporated into the series. He took him and ruined him. Toriyama he's just not a good writer to me anymore. He's just not, man. I'm sorry. Y'all can take what y'all want, y'all can believe what y'all want, but he's just not. He's not a good writer. He needs to retire. He needs to give this to somebody else. Takao Koyama, the one that wrote all the other Dragon Ball movies, did a much better job than him when it comes to writing Goku, when it comes to writing a lot of these characters. Goku in those movies, he still liked to fight and do all this other stuff, but he didn't mess around when it came to villains. He didn't give him sensu beans. He didn't give him another chance. Sometimes he did, but when they didn't, he put them down. He didn't mind killing people for the sake of saving the earth. He didn't mind doing it. Takao Koyama wrote the best versions of Goku. Kid Goku, when Toriyama wrote Kid Goku, Kid Goku was one of the best versions because he didn't mess around. Even GT Goku, I like GT Goku because he didn't mess around. I didn't like the fact that he was a kid, but he didn't mess around. He didn't sit around and just play with his opponents. He did what he had to do, and you could tell he was experienced. You could tell his character had changed from Z to GT, and the character development was clear. All the characters had matured. Vegeta had significantly matured as a character. He no longer hated Goku and all that other stuff. So it can be done right. They just don't want to do it right. They just refuse. And Toyotaro, that's writing the manga, he's trash. I'm sorry. The fan mangas that are out there are better than the original. That's sad when your fans write better than you. Your fans write better than you. The fan animes, Dragon Ball Multiverse, run circles around this stuff. It was a Dragon Ball manga where Goku turned evil and forgot he was it was after the end of Z, he turned evil, and he was training with Oob, and he bumped his head real hard again, and he turned back into Kakarot. That story was more interesting than anything that Super has ever come up with. I'm sorry, and I'll explain how I wanted Goku Black to be in the next video too. But I'm ranting along about this movie. This movie it looks like trash. It looks like something that I'm really not interested in watching or even trying to keep up with. I'm sorry, it's just awful. T-Dubs Entertainment signing out.